Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about a product that I discovered recently that works fantastic and can save you a lot of money not having to go to the vet. Now, first, I guess a disclaimer, something's wrong with your dog. It's your call what you want to do. Rush them to the vet every time, no problem. I mean, whatever you want to do, it's your dog. Do what you feel is best. I'm not saying don't go to the vet. For me, it's generation after generation. I mean, I've had dogs since I was born. There's never not been a dog in my life, and things happen, and some of them definitely need vet attention, and there's different things that you go to the vet and you pay the vet bill and you wind up discovering you could have ran to Walgreens and spent $6 and not the 200 and done the exact same thing. So over the years, you become a little more and more aware of different options that are available to take care of things for your dogs. Now, when it came to my dog Moose and this product that I discovered, it was at first not a big deal. He came inside one day, he had a little scab on the back of his neck, and I have two Bullmastiffs. Dogs play. These are big dogs. They scratch each other up sometimes. You know, it's no big deal. But this little scab from day one turned into a larger scab a few days later. A few days after that, now all of a sudden it's kind of, I went to pet him and it was moist. And I looked at my hand and it was like this, well, it was an infectious bloody mess, but it wasn't that bad. But I mean, it was a clear liquid mixed with blood, and well, I guess it is that bad. That's what's leading me to talk to you guys about this today. It's bad news. It's something that I'm not used to, and there it was. And here's what I did. Went online and Googled simply canine skin irritation. I believe it was raw skin, I believe is what I did. Everything came back hot spot. Okay, so if you're familiar with hot spot, great. If you're not familiar with hot spot, it's a progressive skin condition that, if goes untreated, can spread throughout large areas of the dog's body, all over its skin, and has led to canine death. So it's not obviously something to take lightly. And did my homework. Now that I've discovered what it is through Google, these images came up, it's the exact same thing. Now I'm doing my homework on what are the cures for this. Now you have a couple of different options. One is obviously go straight to the vet. The vet will then determine if it's a skin allergy due to a tick, for example. It could be the time of year where a tick just bore in there and it caused this infection, and that's what it is. We'll need to get the tick out and go from there. It could be, a lot of times they were referring to it as a nutrition deficiency, meaning the food that you're giving your animal doesn't supply all the needs your animal might have, and this is the byproduct of that deficit. You're getting this skin disease. So I jumped forward a little bit there to rewind a little bit. So you go to the vet. Now you're getting a topical to put on it, you're getting a antibiotic to put them on, and you're getting steroids to put them on. Then I researched the antibiotics and the steroids, and the antibiotic side not as much, but a lot of dogs have bad reactions to the antibiotics. The steroids, on the other hand, a lot of dogs are having a lot of bad reactions to the steroids. Now you have both, so I don't know how to amplify that, but there's a lot of negatives associated with the remedy to get this thing done. So I'm kind of an inquisitive guy. Is there a plan B? Is there something else I can do? The two biggest returns on what I could find One is a product that you get over the counter, like PetSmart, Petco, Petland, Pet whatever. Probably get it at Walmart and this and that, I don't know, but your pet supply stores. And it's called Vetricin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Vetricin is for anything that has to do with the skin. If it is hot spots, if it's cuts and scratches, and after an operation of any sort, they recommend using this. There's a whole, this from nose to tip of tail, everything in between. Vetricin is good for it, as long as it's, you know, a skin-related type thing. The chemistry that kind of turned me off a little bit with Vetricin is it's made with electrolyzed water. That's 99.97%, leaving 0.03% left for everything else. The next big one on here is sodium chloride. Then we have sodium hypochlorite and hypochlorous acid. Now, frankly, I haven't looked into what these things are exactly, but chloride to me is chlorine, acid is acid. So yeah, those products are going to kill any type of infection in the skin. But to me, when I read those words and I understood what those ingredients were, it didn't sit well. I don't want to get in there with chlorine products and acids and things like that. Yeah, it's going to kill everything, but it just, there had to be something better. So I continued to search. And the next best product that came up, well, another product that came up is the one I wound up going with. It's Zymox topical spray. Now, this product is all enzymes, it's all natural. And when I first heard the term enzyme all natural, I'm kind of a skeptic. It's, you know, what is it, some kind of voodoo stuff, some kind of herbal tea? You know, am I putting a salve on there and doing a dance or something? I don't know, but enzyme all natural. But the reviews that come back on this product is hard to argue with. There's close to the place where I purchased it, there's close to 4,000 reviews. And I believe it was 4.8% out of 5-star rating. Also vet recommended, also good for anything on the skin. And besides not having chlorine products and acidic type products in there, it has the natural enzymes along with hydrocortisone. Now, hydrocortisone, you're probably all familiar with, but if not, it reduces swelling, and this hot spot thing swells around the perimeter, and it cuts out the itching. And if the dog could reach an itch, it doesn't care if it's hot spot or just some everyday itch, no big deal. It's going to go after it. The last thing you want your dog to do is start scratching at hot spot, because it just tears things up. It allows this infection to spread that much faster and take more control of your dog's skin. So when I saw the natural enzymes, again, I don't even know what that means in great detail about that. But then the user reviews, specifically for all types of skin infections, irritations, what have you, and a lot came back for hot spot. And having a 4.8 out of 5 pushing 4,000 reviews, to me, that was pretty good. That's up there. The kicker for me was between the two products, the Zymox product has hydrocortisone. And again, the hydrocortisone reducing the swelling and getting rid of the itch, that was to me like the biggest thing. As long as both products will treat what it's going to do, if all things are the same and you don't care about what the ingredients are, I was really drawn towards the hydrocortisone aspect of this product. So I order it and immediately start the application process. Now this is what it looked like when I first started getting into this and knowing there was a problem and this needed to be taken care of. Now as time goes on and the application process is twice a day, you just spray it on there, kind of saturate the area. It's really simple to do. You can see in these pictures now it's gone from very evident to it's in the healing process, what we're looking for. Success is right around the corner. It's a very relieving feeling knowing that something's happening and it's going in the direction you want it to, and ultimately your dog is in a much better state. And then finally you can see the pictures now where it's cosmetic. It's 95% of his hair is even grown back now, just a little bit more, and it'll be as if it never happened. Now, the part about the vet again, where I feel good about this, one is ultimately the thing is there's a product out there that takes care of skin and it really does what it says it's going to do. And it's not that expensive. The other side of it was going to the vet, paying the vet bill, taking the dogs to the vet, which for some of us isn't all that bad. It's kind of a road trip, but it's still, you're going to a doctor. And then having to go through the treatment process of possible reactions to the antibiotics, possible reactions to the steroids, and you're probably going to wind up being in the $200–300 range depending on where your vet is and what they charge for this type of thing. This bottle of Zymox that wiped out the issue I had with Moose was 10 bucks, give or take some change there, but 10 bucks. And it was spot on, worked fantastic. So I had to discover on my own a way to go about doing this. I checked out things online and there weren't really any videos about doing something like this. And when I come across something that is just this, to me it's phenomenal. It's the price point's there, the reaction, there's zero reaction on the dog's part of it. There's one. Okay, to be fair about this, there's one thing that my dog hated about this product. It's in a pump spray. And the location of the hot spot on him was right on the back of the neck between his two ears. And you're supposed to get, I believe it's 6 inches away. You know, check the label please if you're going to use this, but I believe it's 6 inches away. And you got to start saturating the thing. Now a pump spray, it goes, you know, puts out that noise right behind his neck, and you know, obviously I'm just sort of kidding around about this, but I mean seriously. So that was the only negative process or part of this whole process of applying the product and using the product. The only drawback at all was the bottle made noise versus the antibiotics versus the steroids and versus the money aspect of going to the vet. So I will put links below. One will be to the manufacturer's site, so you can check out the product as far as what the manufacturer has to say it does and will do and all that good stuff. And then I'll put a link down below to where I actually purchased the product myself, which I found to be the cheapest and quickest way of getting it. Aside from that, I used about half the bottle. I retained the other half of the bottle, and it's in the fridge. Anything from this point on, scratches, anything that ever happens to the dog as far as its skin's concerned, it's going to get a couple of shots of this stuff. Once you try it, once you see how quickly the dogs react to it, you're going to want to keep this stuff around and use it for any type of abrasion or scrape or what have you. But so anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I really appreciate you guys clicking and checking this video out. I know you're going to be impressed with it if you try it. Hopefully you're never in a situation where you need to, but if you're watching this video, especially as long as I've been rambling, you probably have something that you need remedied, and here we are. So again, check out the links, and if you could, this is one of the first videos that I've ever made, and to get things built up with views and subscribers and likes and all that fun stuff, please, if you enjoyed the information you received today, if you found it useful at all, please, if you could, take the time, go to YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, subscribe if you would. There'll be many adventures that have to do with my Bullmastiffs and a few other things you could read about in the description. And please like, and any comments that you want to leave, I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Just leave those down below. Again, thank you very much.